being a new director, you're on set, everyone, like the protocol is like, the director is the leader and like they call the shots. And so everyone's looking to you to make decisions and like know what's best and all this and that. It makes me think of this episode in Star Trek Next Generation where Picard and the doctor are like stuck on a planet and they have this mental connection, right? And they get to this, like, they have to decide whether to go like left or right. And then Captain Picard just says, okay, let's go right. And then the doctor stops him and is like, you actually don't know which way we should go. You just sort of arbitrarily made a decision. And he was like, yeah, like sometimes as a captain, like you have to do that because you're in charge and you're in command, but like it's not clear which way to go. And it's so I mean, what I always take from that is that not that you should like be a fake leader, but sometimes like making a choice and moving forward is the important thing to do, because once you make that choice and then if it turns out that it's not right, you can always change and then kind of like pivot or address it or like fix it down the road. But if you stop and don't make any choice, then that paralyzes you. You can't make any forward progress. So I think I ran into a few situations where like I was given several choices and they all seemed pretty good, like, well, why is one better than the other? So I just went with my gut or my instincts or my intuition, or sometimes just like made an arbitrary choice, because then sometimes it would be like, well, but then if you choose that, then these are the trade-offs or the consequences. And then I was able to be like, oh, okay, well, no, then maybe we should do something else. But I think just making the choice is important so that you can move forward.
Sounds like once you make the choice, you also have to be creative and open to whatever comes from that choice, so you can pause or pivot or do whatever you need to do. So there really isn't really a bad choice. It's just a choice, and you just kind of work through that.
Right. And also not all choices are permanent. So just because you say, okay, let's try it this way, if it turns out like that's not going to work, you can change. I mean, you can't do it too many times, otherwise you're not getting any progress done either. But don't feel like every choice has to be perfect.